What's going on, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and today we are doing another Omnibuddy overview. What are we looking at today? Well, it is it is my absolute most anticipated book to drop in 2023. I have been waiting for this book, the slipcase edition, for a very long time. I kickstarted it a while back. It's with Magnetic Press. It is Chaiko's Monkey King Slipcase Edition. Alright, so I have been so stoked about this, and quick caveat, I do now do some work for Magnetic Press on the side, but I backed this long before I ever started doing that, and this was very much on my most anticipated list very long before I ever did that. But man, this thing is just freaking gorgeous. These slipcase editions, honestly, Magnetic does some of the best books around, some of the best hardcovers, those awesome rounded corners, the foil all over. I don't know if you can see that on there, that foil on there, on his staff. So freaking good. And then that linen cover. Anyways, I'm gushing, but I have been so excited for Chaiko's Monkey King to come out, and I knew it was dropping in the mail and it was supposed to be here, so I had to wait like 2 days before. I was like, okay, I finished a book, I kind of want to start a new one, but I gotta wait because I'm gonna get a few issues into it, and then it's going to go on hold until I can read this. Well, I got this in, I marathoned it, and now we're going to check it out. So let's do that. So this is the Monkey King by Chaiko. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. This slipcase contains Volume 1, Journey to the West, and Volume 2, Wukong's Disgrace. Sadly, the slipcase edition is a Kickstarter exclusive, but you can get both of the hardcovers through Magnetic Press's website or other online retailers if you can find it. Each book retails for $29.99 USD. You can also pick up the trade paperback compendium, which contains both books 1 and book 2. It is also gorgeous, but again, it's a trade paperback compendium. These books are absolutely gorgeous with foil inlay, super gold, gorgeous. They have gold foil gilding around the edges, and the art and just the presentation, again, published by Magnetic Press, is absolutely top tier. You're not going to find much better quality in publishing and presentation with these linen textured hardcovers. Again, the foil, the color, all of it culminates in what is an amazing 160 pages about per volume. It is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot gush enough. There's an intro in each book that is about 1 page that talks about the story of Sun Wukong and the journey to the West and Wukong's disgrace. So you are caught up quite quickly, but really, if you haven't read the story before, you can jump in without reading this, and I might recommend that you actually do jump in without reading this intro, because it's not really that much of a spoiler, but it is pretty cool to just jump straight in. But fans of stories like Dragon Ball are really tons of stories out there. This Journey to the West, Monkey King has influenced so many stories, so you're going to recognize it. Especially a lot of people recognize Goku and a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff in here, but this really just picks up with the beginning where the rock is struck by lightning and out pops Sun, the monkey, and he is definitely different. He is brave, he is strong, but he's also brazen and abrasive, but he's super cool, and this story is all about him becoming a leader, the Monkey King, as it were, and about how he gains his weapons, gains his respect, kind of gains the chip on his shoulder, as it were. But it is super fun, super interesting, oftentimes, I mean, he's young, so there's a lot of lessons that he needs to learn. He obviously, this takes place over generations, so he has a lot of time to learn his lessons, and he wants to become and show how great he is, how strong he is, how he is really the best fighter in history, the world, the heavens. So he is sort of tricked, allows himself to sort of be tricked by the gods to become a god, and how he's relegated to this kind of lowly position, and how he's not satisfied with it and wants to be equal to none in heaven or earth. He's a bit full of himself, obviously, but throughout the story he gains a little bit of wisdom through life experience, and he meets a monk who is the picture of humility and is on his journey to gain wisdom, gain knowledge. And what this all kind of entails, that journey to the west, is Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, having to be humble and be not necessarily a guide, but more of a bodyguard, and really a Padawan, a learner, a disciple of this monk, where he can protect him, but also learn the ways of Buddhism and becoming a monk, and what all that entails with humility and knowledge, wisdom, all of that stuff, all wrapped into one. You meet such crazy characters in this. They gain more people along the way. They meet all kinds of demons and interesting characters, and everyone learns on this trip. And it's all about humbling yourself when you've learned a tough lesson, coming back, asking for that forgiveness, bettering yourself, and really what goes around comes around in some ways. Very interesting characters with some of these demons, gods, people, and who they are, and that you can't really take anything at face value. I gotta say, the story is so cool to finally see and read. I've heard so much about it. I loved reading this. I tore through both books in the matter of a few days, and it was amazing to read. The art is just top tier. I absolutely loved turning the pages and just seeing all the different art and the expressions on Sun's face, the line work by Chaiko, the color. Again, a lot of these have just very kind of muted tones, but throughout there is just such amazing splashes of color, especially on the different characters, the gods of the rivers and gods of the fire, all this stuff. And it is such a cool experience to go through, meet all these characters and how they become friends, they become brothers, they become enemies. Journey to the West is a really fun story on kind of the beginning of Sun Wukong's becoming the king and having to go on beginning this journey. And then book 2, Wukong's Disgrace, is all about him having to overcome what happened with him and his disgrace, and why he was disgraced, and how he can redeem himself and move along. These books cover about half of the original 2,400-page Monkey King story. So you're not getting the full story, but you're getting a really great ending. It does wrap up. I do really hope there's going to be more. We don't know if there's going to be more or not, but there definitely could. But if there's not, it is still a really great read and has a really good, satisfying ending. All right, so that was a quick overview of Chaiko's Monkey King. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. Sorry if I am not. But I absolutely love this. Obviously, it's a kind of a trope that's been used for hundreds of years to tell stories with kind of the non-hero hero type, but kind of the anti-hero. But this was really my first kind of read into the entire Monkey King saga, And like I said, this only covers really the first half about of it. So hopefully if it gets enough traction and people are loving it enough, which I have no idea why they would not love this story, because it is friggin' awesome. The art, gorgeous. The writing is awesome. The story is great. The binding and slipcase and how it's published, all phenomenal. So I am really hoping that the second half of the story gets done, but it does conclude and concludes pretty well. It was a little bit abrupt, but it did have a good exit to it, so that was really good. Man, the art was so fun. The books were so great. This is definitely going to be on my list of ones to reread regularly. This slipcase edition is probably tied for my favorite slipcase edition of all time, or my favorite, collected edition of all time, just in gauge of how sexy the thing is. And that's tied with the other magnetic slipcase that I have. Well, I have a few of them, but the Shangri-La and carbon and silicone slipcase edition, which is black. I'm pointing over here because it's right back there. Anyways, so this thing with a foil embossing, the gold gilded edges, and the linen texture all culminates in just with that story and the art and the writing, just so good. So I really hope that we can get another slipcase edition to go along with it and have 4 hardcovers and 2 slipcases. That would be friggin' awesome. We'll see what happens. No word yet from Chaiko if he's gonna throw down and do that, but we'll see. We can all hope and we can all push him because this project was so good. Anyways, that's it. If you want to find more books from Magnetic Press, make sure to head over to their website. Got a link in the description. Pick up your copies. The slipcase was a Kickstarter exclusive, so maybe there might be some that hit the website. We'll see, but it's probably just going to be the hardcovers themselves without the slipcase, because those Kickstarters are, they have those exclusivity to them with the Dracula, Frankenstein, Carbon and Silicon still has some slipcases up on the website. For some reason, I do not know why those are still available, because Carbon and Silicon was phenomenal. That book was my book of 2022. And this was my most anticipated of 2023. And it definitely was, I don't know if it'll be my favorite book of 2023, but it definitely is probably going to be at least in the top 5, if not top 3. So yeah, but that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, do all those things. But the most important thing to do that I always say in every video is comment. Let me know in the comments what your favorite retelling of the Monkey King is. Was it a movie, novel, graphic novel, show? What was it? I know I've been talking to some people on Instagram who talked about some crazy show over in the UK that was super cool. Now I really want to check those out. So yeah, there's tons of great stuff. Let me know in the comments. Maybe if there's like another medium that used kind of that trope of the Monkey King. Let me know in the comments, because I would definitely be interested in, now that I kind of know the story a little bit better, in going back and finding some of these things that I've read, watched, whatever, interacted with, that are actually kind of based off of the old story. So let me know in the comments. Love to find that out. All right, I'll let you go. Take care. Stay cool.